How's it going? Welcome to Thoughts Off the Stem. I'm Justin Barone, and today we're smoking a little purple kush, a little leftovers from the holiday season. So I smoked that, and I'm sitting here with my McClellan Scotch single malt Scotch whiskey. It was made apparently from where my ancestors are from. Well, at least my mom's dad's parents, maybe. I don't know, but I like a good whiskey, so this is gonna be my first test of this. I'm not too sure if it's any good, but yeah, hopefully it is. So, I hope you guys are having a drink, having a bowl, and having a grand old time. Oh shit, that's a good whiskey. God damn, my ancestors make some good whiskey. Yeah, that's right. Guess what I'm doing this time? I'm taking credit for my ancestors. Mm-hmm. Well, I've decided that I really enjoy smoking weed in a house coat. So now I have two house coats. One for the garage, where I come out here and smoke my bowls and do its bowl time and all that fun stuff and record these things. And I got one for in the house. The one for in the house is also awesome because it's the softest one I have. Just got it for Christmas. It's fucking wicked. Kids picked it out. Good job, kids. Did a great job. Because it feels like I'm at the beach. It's super soft. It looks like a beach towel. It's blue with white stripes. I don't know, man. I just love it. My kids are awesome. They know exactly what comfort means, especially my oldest. She knows comfort, baby. Anyway, I hope everybody had a good Christmas and a happy New Year and, made the most out of the situations that we're all in. I have some exciting news. Ooh, yeah. By the time this comes out, which will be Friday, I'm hoping that I will have a new dab rig from the guys over at iSellGlass.shop. Those guys are awesome. If you check out my link tree on Instagram and Twitter, you can go through there, use code TOTS420, capital T, capital O, capital T, capital S, and a 420, and you can save some money on some really awesome glass pieces. When I get this one, it will be my first dab rig, and it's coming with everything I need, so I'm all ready to go. I went out and bought my torch today because my little dab tool showed up, and I got all excited. So now I'm just waiting for the rest of it. And I'm like, since my kids were born, I don't think I've been this excited. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. It's a new way to smoke weed. It sounds like a fucking science experiment. I'm super excited for it. I know some of you guys out there are already doing dabs. Oh, way to catch up, dickhead. Well, guess what? I'm catching up. I'm 40. It takes me a while to get into the new hype. You know what I'm saying? I mean, fuck, I still listen to Rakim and shit like that. So come on, give me a break here, all right? Man, that's a pretty good scotch. God damn it. Yeah, that's up there. That might be my new favorite. Forget that it's from where my ancestors are from. It's still delicious. Anyway. So I got this dab rig coming. If you follow on Instagram and Twitter, you will see the unboxing of it because I'm going to do an IG video with it. Instagram TV video. I'm going to do a video for Twitter. Well, it's going to be the same video, just put on both platforms. And then I'm also going to do it's bowl time, baby, little snippet for my Instagram feed so you guys get to see what it's like doing the first dab. Also, I'm going to record a podcast while doing the first dab so that, you guys get to experience my first dab with me because I want to feel like people are around getting high with me, man, which is the whole point of this podcast, is it not? It's to have a session. I call these motherfuckers session-sodes because I want to have sessions with everybody all the time. That's all I want to do. I want to spend all my days smoking sessions with as many people as I can. So put me on whenever you're having a session and listen to one of these bad boys. I don't know if it's any good, but I guess the new year will tell because I'm almost halfway through the first season, I guess you could say. I did finger quotes as if you could see me, but I did them. Yeah, so we're going to see what happens. I hope you guys are enjoying everything that's going on so far. This scotch, man, I'm telling you, it's delicious. And the purple kush, it's a good combination. It's, you know what? This is where the weed sommelier shit really comes into play. Like, the pairing of purple kush and this scotch is fucking perfect. I can't get any happier with this setup. This scotch is going to have to last a while. It'll probably last a week. I'm just saying, it's delicious. And I'm out of beer. So the other day, I was watching a podcast with Mike Tyson on it. And lately, I've really listened to him talk as opposed to like just listening to, what like the words that he's saying and stuff like that. I've really listened to and watched because he's been on Joe Rogan a bunch of times, and he's been on a bunch of other podcasts, but he's also got his own Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, and that's fucking awesome too. Like this guy, for the person that he was when he was a fighter, to be the guy that he is now, and so open and like willing to advance and recognize his own flaws and how to work with them and work around them and change them. It's fucking cool, man. I have a lot more respect than I did before, because he's very introspective, and for a guy, it surprised me from a guy like that. But anyway, that is aside from the point. The real point here is that I watched this motherfucker take 4.5 grams of mushrooms in one shot while on a podcast. I'm going to give you a second to digest that. He took 4.5 grams of mushrooms. I'm assuming they're potent because he's motherfucking Mike Tyson. And ate them on a podcast while he was doing stuff. Man, I can barely do 2 grams of mushrooms and do anything but laugh, cry, laugh again, cry until I laugh harder, and none of the crying is sad. It's all happy, laughing, crying. But like, I'm telling you, I couldn't believe he did that. My heart stopped. I was like, holy shit, dude, what the fuck's gonna happen? And then they started talking about all kinds of different shit, like the time he had tigers and like, they showed clips of like people boxing kangaroos, and they showed like these shaved apes and shaved monkeys and stuff to like show you what their like real genetic makeup is, or their biological, like what they look like without fur or hair. And holy fuck, man, these chimps and monkeys are, oh, I'm telling you, like, it might be the coolest shit. These guys are ripped as a motherfucker, and they're like, what, 5 to 6 times stronger than a human, maybe even more. Like, it's insane. But it got me thinking, because then they started showing the videos of Tyson with his tigers and his lions and all that stuff, and it was fucking crazy to me. But here's the thing, it's not that crazy. I could see why he would enjoy having that kind of animal. I understand that they're deadly, but I also, if I had a lot of money and I was Mike Tyson rich and I was Mike Tyson, I would want a gorilla. I would want a silverback gorilla as my buddy, as my pet. Well, I don't even know if at that point they're not your pet. They're like your roommate. Because listen, you're not stopping that mother. If he wants to like make a new room wing in your house and he wants to tear down the wall, what are you going to tell him? You going to tell him no? Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the videos with, like, Robin Williams and Coco. I'm so jealous of Robin Williams, by the way, because he got to meet Coco the gorilla, and they had a fucking tickle fight. They had a tickle fight! Do you understand how much fear must have been happening when he was being tickled by this giant ape that could crush you as quickly as, like, just it decides to, and you're dead. You're dead. You're fucked. That's it. But at the same time, still jealous, because I would like a hug from a gorilla. And I'm not even fucking lying. As much as they smell like shit, I would imagine a gorilla in the captive living in your house would have a little bit of gorilla decorum. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might stink from time to time, but he's going to shower, do things like that. Or you're going to help him, whatever, or her, whatever. I don't care. I just want a motherfucking gorilla. It would be the coolest shit ever. You'd have your own living, but you don't need guard dogs. Dude, you don't need guard dogs. You can... Okay, if you have a gorilla, nobody's gonna fuck with you ever. Not that I have a lot of people fucking with me, but I'm just saying. Like, okay, imagine you go out one night. You're Mike Tyson. You're some rich dude or like a big famous actor guy, right? And you have this cool ass gorilla that hangs out with you. The kind that's not gonna rip your face off when your friend shows up and has a new haircut and all that stuff. Yeah, you know the monkey story I'm talking about. Not that kind of gorilla. This gorilla that I have is cool as a motherfucker. Okay? This dude will hang out with me, listen to music, get high, we'll do bong hits, like all kinds of shit. We'll keep him away from the mushrooms though, because I don't need any giant gorilla freakouts. But what I'm saying is, you go away to like your Oscar party or something, right? Because you always hear about like athletes and all these people go to parties and then they get ripped off when they're not home, right? If you had a gorilla at home just sitting there, could you imagine what would happen to a fucking robber if he tried to get in your house and all you hear, okay, first of all, you don't see the gorilla because the gorilla's sitting in the library with the scotch in a wingback chair reading the dictionary because he wants to be able to communicate with you beyond sign language, okay? And he's practicing. Now, that window breaks, right? It's the back door, window breaks. Okay, burglar goes in, opens it up. You don't have an alarm, because why? You don't need a fucking alarm. You have a motherfucking gorilla. You have a gorilla, all right? That's your motherfucking alarm. Not only will he make a whole shit ton of noise and the neighbors will know, he'll also rip that dude's limb from fucking limb. That's what I'm saying, okay? So the guy breaks the window, puts his arm in, and then all of a sudden gorilla hears it, head goes up. Oh, what is happening in my house? And then he sits on the chair, puts his head down, curls up a little bit, so he's in the dark, right? And he's a silverback, so you don't see the silver on his back or his tummy because his head's down. He's curled into like a little bit of a ball. And you just, as you're walking into the library, you just hear, right? Won't that fuck you up? You would run like a motherfucker. Next thing you know, you stop, you look. You're the guy now. You're not the gorilla. You're the guy breaking into the house, right? And then you hear that sound. You hear the... And you look to your left, and this gorilla just slowly unfolds onto the chair in this giant, and he starts beating his chest. I'm telling you. That... And then slamming the table. Breaks the chair, maybe. Maybe even breaks the chair. You know what would happen to you? You'd faint. That would be it. You're done. And then that gorilla, because he's civilized, even though he could rip you limb from limb, picks you up nicely, drops you on the porch, and calls the cops. Like, no, seriously though, it would be fucking wicked to have a gorilla buddy. Like, think about Ted, the movie, you know, with Mark Wahlberg and the talking teddy bear, but imagine that was a gorilla. How has nobody done that? And also, how has nobody done that with the element of smoking weed and being high? Like, seriously, a gorilla, dude. Sammy the gorilla. I could think of all the names that you could possibly want for this gorilla. You could teach him to roll blunts. Motherfucker could be your blunt roller all day long. Like, seriously. Oh, that'd be so good. So all that spawned from the fact that I saw Mike Tyson talking introspectively about himself and then fighting tigers. I say cheers to that. I hope that one day I get to enjoy life like that, where I get to just pick and choose whatever the fuck I want to do because I want to do it. Like, there's so much dumb shit that I would do that would be so much fun. Like, I told you the pacemaker story, right? Or the defibrillator story. If you haven't heard that, you should go back and listen to I'm Bionic, Baby. Because that's all about how I got a defibrillator implanted, almost died, and didn't. So I suggest you check that out. But because I have that, I can't skydive, which is one thing that I've always wanted to do. So I'm not allowed to skydive. So the next thing on my list is I already have, like, essentially a race car. I drive a Dodge Challenger because when I got separated and, you know, we had to separate all our money and stuff, well, yeah, that was my midlife crisis, so I bought a fast fucking car. Also, I've always wanted a muscle car, a real muscle car, so I'm pretty stoked because it's about the closest thing you can get now without buying an original old school muscle car. Also, living in Canada, it's not as easy to keep them in pristine condition as much as I'd like to, because I like to drive it all year. I love muscle cars in the snow. Anyway, my point is that... Man, this scotch is doing it. Anyway, my point is that the next thing on my list is driving. I want to learn how to do, like, race stunt driving, that kind of thing, where you can do, like, full spins and pull out of it and all that crazy shit. I want to learn how to do that. I think that would be very exciting. I think it would be enjoyable, and that I'm allowed to do because I'm allowed to drive cars. So that would be awesome. I mean, I've already driven in my past job. I used to drive front-end loaders. That was fun as shit. Once I got comfortable, oh man, I was the best. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I was the motherfucking best at my job. I was so good that, okay, we used to have to move. I did compost. So we used to have to move these massive tunnels of compost where there were like 700 tons of compost from one full tunnel into an empty tunnel. Okay. This job took most people on average about 6 to 9 hours. It took me 4, motherfucker, because I was that fucking good at it. I love playing with machinery. It's like my favorite thing in the world. Even though I can't build like an engine or fix shit, I love driving it. I'll drive that shit like there's no tomorrow. Like, yeah, I love that stuff. So that's next on my bucket list. I can't go fucking parachuting. That's some bullshit. There's no way I'm bungee jumping. That seems like a psycho's dream. I mean, don't get me wrong. If that's your thing, cool. But it's not my thing. It's never been something I've wanted to do. I mean, the closest I've come to death is, like I said, listen to the I'm Bionic Baby story. And, like, essentially I've seen death. I'm not really looking into enjoyably seeing death face first into a rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather it come get me. That's what I don't want to go find it. So yeah, so that's one of the things I want to do. I've always wanted to take like an original muscle car, drive it down the California coast. That'd be fucking sick. That'd be so much fun. That's the kind of shit. Most of my stuff is car stuff. I really like car stuff. Or, you know what I would like to do? This is kind of fucked because I have a defibrillator and I could never ever do it. But I would really like to box. I tried boxing when I was younger because my dad wanted me to be able to handle myself if I got picked on because I was going into high school. So he put me into like 1 week of boxing camp and then another week of basketball camp because I was playing basketball all the time. I was actually pretty good at that. So he said, well, you could do the 1 week of basketball camp if you do the 1 week of boxing camp. So I said, fine. I did the 1 week of boxing camp. It sucked balls because it's all running and cardio. There's very little sparring and hitting. But when we did get to spar a little bit, I got matched up. I was 14. I got matched up with this guy that was 18, but we were about the same size. And this guy had I think, a couple amateur fights. So he knew what he was doing. The idea was to teach each other or to learn from each other, right? So obviously I was going to learn more from him because I had never, ever boxed, ever. And we got going, and we weren't supposed to hit each other really hard, but I got into it. And I guess I nailed him right in the side of the head. Like, we had headgear on and everything like that. But, like, it was a wild punch. And I just kind of, I nailed him in the side of the head. And it, like, woke him up a bit. And I could tell he was pissed. And I was like, oops. Because at 14, I had not been hit in the face very much. And I knew I was going to get hit in the face. And I knew it was going to suck. So, yeah, he winds up and he clocked me. But he was good enough that he didn't have to hit me hard. He just hit me on the tip of my chin. Okay? And I went down. Like, if you get hit in the face, you don't fall backwards. Like, if you get hit in the off button, which is, the tip of your chin where your jaw moves and it shuts everything down, your legs just go, oh, that's it. I don't work anymore. And they just drop. You drop right where you are, as if you're crumpling to the ground. And, I hit the ground with my knees. And this one thing, saving grace, I didn't go all the way down and I didn't go out. I hit my knee. It was like I was taking a knee, and I stood right back up. And I was like, what? You didn't do nothing. And then he hit me again, and it really hurt. Not in the face, though. He hit me in the body just to let me know that, like, hey, man, I was just, letting you know, don't hit me that hard in the head. But, yeah, so that was the first time. And I really like boxing. I like the science behind it. I like the strategy. I like the fact that if you stick to the strategy and you play a lot of defense, well, I mean, like, look at Floyd Mayweather, man. The guy's virtually never been hit. He might be one of the greatest, if not the greatest boxer of all time, right? So, like, you look at him and he essentially just moves. He just moves out of the way. So if you can learn how to move out of the way, you could be a pretty good boxer. Now, the fact that I have a defibrillator makes me think, here we go again. This is like my ego coming up and being like, yeah, man, I'm a bad motherfucker. But because of my defibrillator, I figure it'll make me more scared to get hit, so I'll be better at dodging punches, and then I won't ever lose. So I want to learn how to box because I feel like the machine in me gives me an advantage in the fact that I'd be so terrified of anything bad happening that I'll just never get hit. And then that way, all the boxing commissions can be like, yeah, no problem. He doesn't get hit. He's fine. And then I have a career like Floyd Mayweather, and then I end it, and then I can do all kinds of fun, cool shit, like, pretend to jump out of planes, maybe put like a fucking wrestling ring in my backyard. Ooh. Oh, you know what I really want to do? Okay, this is along the same lines, but what I really want to do is I want to own a piece of property. I want to have like a bungalow where the basement's finished and the main floor is essentially like living space, but the bottom floor is like the bedrooms. And no, wait, I'm sorry, that was wrong. I want to have the main floor, the bedrooms and stuff, and the basement is like a little man cave, bar room area, pool table, awesome setup, playroom for the kids, all that stuff. It's a big bungalow. It's ranch style, all right? Follow the dream here, people. Okay? So, and then in the backyard, I want to have a lot of property. I don't need a big house because, like, really, how much space do you actually need? But I want a lot of property so that I can have, like, a little four-wheeler dirt bike track that goes around the outside of the property, and you can drive that all day. And then in the middle, you have it fenced off, and it's a demolition derby mud pit. Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome. And then at the back, at the back of the property, I'd have one paved out road that would go from the road to the straight back to the barn, right? And the barn isn't just a barn. There's no animals on this farm, by the way. Okay? Well, maybe at some point. But right now, maybe a gorilla. But right now, I'm just saying, this is the living space. So the barn is actually, it looks like an old, like, dilapidated barn on the outside. But then you go inside, it's fucking pristine. Where I have, all my cars set up. And then I have a little loft above. And it's my, like, recording studio for the podcast. It's fucking... a hangout spot for me and the boys, as well as down in the basement in the house, but also up there because, let's be honest, it's way more fun to drink and do stuff at a podcast studio than it is in the basement talking to a wall. So, and then I have a pool table and stuff up there, and the capper, indoor, full court, basketball court. That's my dream. I know I put it out there, and I know they say you shouldn't, but fuck it. That's my motherfucking dream. That would be the greatest I would have. That would be the best life ever. I'm just saying. It's 2021. Why can't we dream big? We can't fucking go anywhere. So we may as well dream big. And that's my dream. At some point, that's going to happen. I'm going to figure this shit out. I could just be talking shit. The scotch is starting to hit. But yeah. That all made me think, like, the whole Mike Tyson thing set me off on this whole, like, road to, well, what would you do if you had that kind of money? What kind of things would you fuck around with? What would you, and most of it is honestly, like, machinery. Like, I'd get a backhoe. Why? Because fucking why not? I'd get a skid steer. Again, pushing the dirt around for building those jumps and ramps and stuff for the dirt bike and four-wheel track. Kind of essential. And then, I don't know, that barn, if you could be in my head right now, that barn is the sickest shit ever. So outside, it's all dilapidated and looks like shit. It looks kind of like the barn that Kevin Costner was throwing the ball at in Field of Dreams. Was it Field of Dreams? I don't know. One of his baseball movies. He did a lot. If you're younger than me, then go back and find Kevin Costner baseball movies. At some point, he's throwing a ball at a barn. He may even do it in all the movies. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it's the barn from Field of Dreams. I would want that. And then you go inside the barn, you open it up, and it's like a tiled floor, big barn doors, a little door at the side for the people, man door. And then it's all tiled, and then you got like, Dodge Challenger, the one I have now because it's awesome. And then I would have an original like 1970 Charger jet black chromed out bumper. Ooh, that motherfucker. And then sorry, Tim Allen, I stole your grunt, but I love your grunt and your grunt is awesome. And then I'd have to have my favorite SUVs right now would probably be the Dodge not Durango, Citadel. The Dodge Citadel. That motherfucker is presidential. God damn. If you haven't seen one of those, go look them up. And you can get them pretty fucking souped up. But if I can't get that, then I would have the Dodge Durango 39. Nope, they made a Hellcat. I'd get a Hellcat. Fuck it. Why not have an 800 horsepower Dodge Durango? That shit's faster than a car. And it's a truck. Yeah, that's what I'm into. So that would be on the tile area, and then beside the tiled area would be a fenced in full court basketball court underneath a spot where there'd be stairs. This barn is massive, by the way, just so you know. It's like a compound in its own. Dreams are awesome. That's why we do this. And then over the court, right, would be a loft area where I would set up a little podcast studio, and then I'd have a little chill area with a nice big TV, a PlayStation, a pool table, a dartboard, a nice little bar set up. Dude, I'm telling you, I could rock some people's world with my ideas over here. I'm just saying. But it's also, like I said, it's fucking time to dream big. Fuck this shit. We're stuck. We're trapped. Everybody wants to get going. Everybody wants to get moving and shaking again. Well, there's a big part of this getting back moving and shaking again is finding new ways to live life. So I'm sorry, but my opinion is going to a place to work is essentially becoming obsolete if it's not almost there already now. There's other shit that you can do. Online, mostly online, remotely anyway, that, nobody should ever have to go to work, and they should be able to do the thing that they want to do. And the access to information now is so fucking sick. It's so easy to get that, like, you could, whatever your passion is, I mean, you can essentially build some kind of online community or, like this podcast or a fucking blog or YouTube or, music, whatever you do. Like, you could build something around that, and you could definitely move ahead. And this is like, I was talking to my buddies the other day, and I feel like this is sort of like the sci-fi movie where, they're showing you the minor lead up, or they're showing you in a small way the lead up to how people became, the system. Like, fuck, what am I trying to say? So it's like right now is the moment before everything goes crazy and goes virtual, right? Where everybody is stuck in a VR world, living in VR, and that's how they operate. And they have to disconnect from VR, but there's nobody to talk to in real life because everybody's on VR, that kind of thing. And then the people that aren't always on VR are sort of like the underground, like sewer dwellers that are keeping the population alive and the fight against the government alive and all that stuff. Anyway, what I'm saying is it feels like this is that beginning where the next step is very crucial, and figuring out how you're going to move through this next step is what you should be concentrating on right now. I mean, like, there's a shift happening, I think. And it's probably been happening for a while, but now I've opened my eyes to it and realized, holy shit, there's other ways to do stuff. There's not just one way to do things anymore. And that follows my principles of belief anyway, because I, in part, kind of feel like, what if we think that whatever we got right, like, English is English. That's the word we called English. But what if that's not the word for English? That kind of thing. Anyway, that's a different podcast. What I'm saying is that this is a new time. It's exciting. It should be very exciting for everybody. I know it's tough. I know it's stressful. But it can also be exciting because any kind of situation and any kind of massive change always brings some kind of opportunity. So keep your eye open for opportunity and dream big. Like I said, dream to have that gorilla. Learn a new skill like boxing, but try not to get punched in the face because it will knock you out. Do that kind of shit. That's all I'm saying. And have a good time doing it. You got to find ways to have a good time. So now is the prime time to make sure that you are, filtering through all the bullshit and all the stuff that's keeping you back and or the stuff that's keeping you in the position that you're in, and find a new way to do what you want to do and move forward. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I guess that's my thought off the stem for this week. And next week, hopefully, will be the episode where I take my first dab. and I get to tell you guys all about the dab rig that I get and unbox it. And you can see it on Instagram and Twitter. And of course on here, I'll let you know when it happens, and then you'll know where to go. Yeah, so I hope you guys keep tuning in every Friday at 4:20 p.m. Join the sesh, smoke your bowls, roll your joints, do your dabs. I'll join you soon. And don't forget to check out the merch store at teespring.com/stores/TOTS420, and you get some tight shit. I also have some new stuff planned for this year, which should be pretty exciting, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm still just kind of talking into the void and hoping people are listening. But yeah, and if you want some really awesome glass accessories, smoking accessories, anything like that, it's amazing. These guys are fucking incredible as far as I'm concerned. I really like what they're doing. I sell glass.shop. If you go to my link tree on Twitter or on Instagram, and that's both under Thoughts Off the Stem, you can find smoking accessories, and you'll save a little bit of money if you use the promo code capital TOTS 420. So that's a capital T, capital O, capital T, capital S 420. TOTS 420, and you'll save a little bit of money if you order any of their accessories, and also you'll give me a little kickback, which will be pretty sweet, but it's no extra cost to you, so that's fucking awesome. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you tune in again, and I hope you keep following along on all the different platforms, and yeah, until next time, keep your lids low, baby.